Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Primetime Tracer Ultralight Touring Edition 2750 travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, besides your awning, you're also going to have a slide on this side and a big door that opens up over your cooktop back there, so leave plenty of room for all of that. On your off camp side, besides your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord plugs in all the way on the rear of the unit, or right on the back, and then your docking station for water is all the way at the front of the unit. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you do is level your unit. The unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, simply raise or lower the unit until you're level. Should you lose power, underneath here you can get a little hand crank down in there, and that'll get this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts every now and then, make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're going down the road. Just got our unit level. Next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these scissor stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch hand crank. Hop on there and crank these down just until they're level. Now I am going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. They're going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop in the summer. Run these down just until they're taut. Remember, the unit's already level, we're just going to stabilize it. Go around all four corners, get them down, got your unit level and stable. We can hook up your power. Back of your unit, big long 30 amp cord will go in at like 11 o'clock and turn to the right and then lock on with your washer. If you got a green light on there, that means you got power. There's your power. Let's hook up your water. Docking station is all the way up front. Now at campsites, you're going to hook up that city water connection. I recommend using a water pressure regulator. That'll protect the lines in your unit because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. Come back here to your hot water heater. And just make sure your drain plug's in. Get that on there nice and snug and tight with some plumber's tape, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get that on there nice and tight. Then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose been on for a few minutes, go inside and open the slides if you need to. I just need you to get in there and open up all of your water lines. Open up your sinks, your showers, flush a little water down into your toilet. Your black tank will thank you later. Put a gallon or two into there. Just get all of your water lines opened up, and then you're all set to camp. Now let's say you're gonna go dry camp. In that case, we're just gonna fill up our freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. However, when you're filling this with a hose, two ways to tell when it's full. One is this overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Watch that freshwater button. Don't leave this unattended while it's full or filling. Once it's full, put that cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and hook the city water. That's already pressurized. It doesn't need it. All right, you're all ready to camp. You got power and water hooked up. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit, and then we'll go inside and open it up. Up front here, you got your big storage area. Looks like they put in some aftermarket shelving up here. It's handy. This is your battery disconnect. That would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. Again, a night docking light. Hook up for satellite here. Cable. A lot of campsites have cable. Again, city water, fresh water. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks. And then up here is a spray port, quick spray port hose that this will connect to. Down here is going to be our freshwater drain and our low point drains. Coming to the back again is our hot water heater. Underneath that is where our sewage connection is going to be. We're dumping those. Around back you got a spare tire with a cover. Keep an eye on that. Keeping a cover on that's going to keep your spare tire from dry rotting over the years. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a few times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You've got a area for extra bumper griddle. You can put a griddle on that. That'll set out here. Quick connect LP. Should be. There it is. Two of them underneath the back right there. Plus we got this outdoor griddle. Got some lighting out here. Got a sink. And griddle. We'll have to light those with a hand stick lighter. Make sure that's locked in there for travel. This is a flue for your furnace. Couple things on that. One, make sure you steer clear of it when you're running it. It does get hot. Two, make sure nothing's ever blocking it. And three, they do make little bug guards that can go on there to keep bees, etc. from going in there. Access panel to the back of your fridge. A vent for your hood range. Got a porch light, a couple of outdoor speakers. Prep for a TV here. You can plug on the TV here. There's your extra griddle for your bumper griddle. And there's where you'll plug in your cable 110 for your TV if you hook it up out here. Up front, your propane does come with a regulator. And it about covers everything out here. So take a look on the inside. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. Show you as you come inside. Off to your right, you've got this entertainment center. Inside here is all your slide mechanisms. So I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm just going to put out. That's going to take out my dinette and sofa side. And as it gets all the way out, go to the next one up. It's going to be our kitchen slide. And then the button above that is going to be our awning. I just want to show you on your awning, it's a little wet right now. Might not get that flap to fall down. You only want to run these out until the flap falls down and you can see your gray bar. If you continue to run that out, it will run itself out onto itself and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Sometimes when they're wet, it's just being washed. That flap will stick and not fall down, so just let it set out in the sun for a couple minutes. It'll dry and it'll fall down for you. Running that back in. As I do, I mentioned down here in the same area is where your cable goes in for your TV. There's a little button right here that turns that green light on. Before you run your digital channel scan for your television, make sure you have that green light on. That is a digital channel enhancer. So basically an antenna. Above here is our TV. I think I found your remote. Power that on. Again, I would go into your menu here, go to digital channel scan. That'll allow you to pick up all of your local channels wherever you're at.
Officials are saying that it was likely a Palestinian Islamic Jihad rocket that misfired. But what else are you...
Power. Down below that, sound system, remote for that as well. Just gonna turn it on here. Looks like it's got Bluetooth, FM. Let's see our zones here. Here we are, A, B, and C. So, C, be out your outdoor speakers. B, right here in the living room, and A in the bedroom. All 3 zones, crank it up. Again, AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD player as well. You got our sofa, dinette with safety straps on your chairs. Make sure them are snapped in before you travel. Individual lighting here. Coming to this back wall, I'm going to crank up your thermostat. We'll put it on cool. Try to get your AC to crank up. Alright, your AC does have a quick dump. Blast it in here if it's freezing up here. Close that. Now it goes better through all of your vents. What I want to show you here is I'm going to shut it off. Generally the AC units shut off pretty quickly. There it should be off. There it goes. Now I'm going to go through and turn on your heat, your furnace. Where's your return for that? That would be the loudest area for that. Now you'll notice when I shut your furnace off, it does take a few minutes for the fan to cycle through on your furnace before it actually shuts off. You'll hear it keep running for a couple minutes. Continuing here in the living room, going into the kitchen area, your breaker box infuses a ton of 15s and a couple of 40s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. To the left of that is your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Coming into our kitchen Dometic fridge, simple control here, turn that on, push that button in, you're on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. Lift that up to be strictly gas. If that light comes on, check your gas, it's getting low. Self-explanatory microwave, show you that working. Below that, a light and fan. Above your cooktop. Once you got gas in this, simply hit it to light, use your spark. You'll spark it here to light your pilot light as well, no need to get down in there to light it. And then just turn it to your desired temperature. You got an island over here with some plumbing to keep an eye on. Remember, if you travel a lot in this, you're bouncing the house up and down the road. You want to make sure you keep an eye on things. Nothing starts wiggling loose. Heading back into our bedroom, here is your TV antenna. Crank that all the way to the right to bring it up, and all the way to the left to bring down. Pretty short there. Lighting for in here. You also have a area to bring a TV in there, and there's your cable 110. These doors, you want to have these snapped open for travel. You have a lock like this on both sides. Heading back into our bathroom area. Last thing to mention, in here, my lighting come on at, right here, you do have a hand crank open power exhaust vent. 110 with GFCI reset. Here's where you check the levels of your battery, fresh, black, and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump. Up here you turn on your hot water heater if hooked to gas, your hot water heater if hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Make sure you have water in there before you turn that on. These shower doors, you want to make sure that these are snapped and locked in this open position for travel. You don't want those breaking either. That about covers everything in here. Should have a smoke alarm. There it is up in the ceiling here. There's your last thing. Make sure you check your batteries regular. Well, it covers everything in here. Let me show you how I close the unit up. I start by coming to a control panel that has normal lights that you can shut off, but I don't have one that covers a lot of area, so I will start shutting off lights all the way around the unit. Generally you have one area that will turn on all the lights up front. So I'm going to say, as I'm coming through, we're making sure that vent's closed in the bathroom as well as that shower door locked open. Make sure this is snap closed. Our chairs are snapped down for travel. Both doors here are snapped open. 2 more lights to shut off. Now I'll come to my main control panel right here, and I'll just turn on these 2 lights so I can reach on my way out. Doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in, especially your kitchen area. Make sure these are not just like this, but actually snapped closed. Come back into our control panel here and start bringing some slides in. Push it up to bring your kitchen slide in. Have a nice skylight there. It's got a shade on it you can pull closed. See the importance of making sure everything's closed, because these utilize every inch when bringing these slides in. Close that up, shut off our lights and exit the unit. Just going to fold these steps up. Lock and deadbolt your door after you leave the dump station. You want to be able to get in here and check the levels of your tanks as you're leaving. Alright, if we are out dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. Get up underneath there, dump this freshwater drain, and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we're going to hook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be right behind your tires on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Hook up your sewage hose. So I'll come in from the side so you can see these here. Get black to your right and gray to your left. Get up underneath there and pull that black handle. That's going to be your sewage water. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, take a look at your tank, make sure that's showing empty if it is or close to it. Come back out, leave that black handle open. Come back up here to your docking stations. Grab the hose at the dump station and hook it up to this black tank flush. Again, emphasizing leaving that black handle open. Turn that hose on and let it run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose. Make sure all that washout that you just put in there has drained. Close your black one. And to the left, pull your gray handle. Now it's going to be cleaner waters, your sinks, your showers. Usually while those are draining, come up to your hot water heater. Lift up on this pressure release valve. Be careful now, it's going to dump some hot water out of there. When that's done, close that up. Pull your drain plug. When your gray's done, close that gray handle. Remove your sewage hose, put that cap back on, and then conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right in your bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this tracer for many years to come. Happy camping.